message brought to you by Snow Teeth Whitening. Whiten your teeth in 9 minutes anywhere you go. And use the promo code LETITSNOW for 25% off today. Check the description and pinned comment for that link. Before I start this whole thing, let me just say that whether it be, people on the left burning American flags or attacking conservatives on university campuses and destroying their signs or whatever, or whether it be a bunch of Proud Boys, going onto a church property and, even if they are political signs, pulling them down, stealing them or burning them, I don't approve of it. It's not something that I would do. It's not something that I support necessarily. But what I do support is their right to protest, their right to burn political symbols if they want, because we know that this is considered a sacred right to the left to be able to do that. And the problem comes in when we start to enforce laws and crimes against one side of politics while the other side gets free reign. The other side, not only is there double standards, but now we're actually charging them with crimes for doing something as innocuous as burning a sign. So I just had to do a video on this. I'm just going to kind of do it on the fly without really thinking about it beforehand, because it's just got me. It's a definite sign of things that I've been talking about for years now. And it sounds kind of crazy, and it has since I've believed it. But it just has always seemed to me that the left, the media, and all these forces are really focused around otherizing or stigmatizing or even ultimately outlawing their political opposition in one way or the other. And I've seen it occurring through, media bias. You see it in academia, where conservatives have to spend these exorbitant amount of money, which I don't think they do anymore, but they used to, because they would have to pay for security because left-wingers would show up and start violence. I mean, you can see there's tons of videos out there of conservatives on university campuses around the country trying to hold events, but they can't because insane lunatic left-wingers, are using violence to stop them. Now we have a situation where the tech giants are really, putting their boot on the throat of any of the Democrats' political opposition. What we see is these censorship tactics being used exclusively against the right. And, you see in these hearings when they're asked, why is it that every time someone's censored, it's some high-profile conservative or right-winger? Why is it when anytime you guys have one of these accidents or one of these mistakes, and it's the same with the media, it always cuts against their political opposition. They always claim, oh, it was just an accident, it was just a mistake. But it never, ever is something that hurts the Democrats. It's always something that hurts the Republicans. And this is when their drive-by media tactics work best. Now I'm seeing, and this is something that I knew was coming eventually, but here we see MSNBC, and you're going to start seeing this trotted out today. I see this on Twitter, this headline, Black Lives Matter signs that were apparently burned and destroyed. Oh my gosh. At historic black churches in Washington. Signs were burned. Oh my God, signs burned. Wow. D.C., in Washington, D.C., during a rally this weekend, are now being investigated as possible hate crimes. Think about that for a minute. So it's perfectly acceptable for the left to target something that they see as a political symbol, like the American flag, the thin blue line flag, or just anything really. They can destroy it. They can burn it. Like I said, look at these videos of left-wingers on campuses taking, conservative signs and destroying them, or picking them all up and then throwing them away. You'll probably find them burning them as well. So this is video from Brendan something. You can see it there. I can't pronounce it, but it says, Proud Boys tear down another Black Lives Matter board from the Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church. Okay, so you see there, they went on the property, they took down a sign. They jumped the gate there. So they are on, I don't know if that's trespassing. It probably is. And the left would do this all day long. So don't get me wrong here. My problem here, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with the tactic itself. But it is something that is so commonplace on the left. But now we're going to say that it's a hate crime because the sign says Black Lives Matter and because it happened at a historical black church. Well, the first thing I would ask is, did these guys even know that it was a historic black church? I doubt it. These guys have been out there like all night, all day. They were looking for Antifa. They never found it, so they got some signs. It's like something that a frat would do, you know, in university. So I don't really think it's that big of a deal. But of course, it's going to be blown up because of where it happened and because what's said on the sign. Now, something I want to talk about very quickly is that this is some of the nefariousness of the left. So they call this group Black Lives Matter. It is an open political organization. If you go to the website, they're open that they are a political organization. They're open that they're Marxist, and their goals are open, and their goals can be traced back to, you know, the Communist Manifesto, things like getting rid of the nuclear family, or all things that are prescribed in the Communist Manifesto. Not to get all conspiratorial, but they are, BLM does receive money from the CCP as well, and they're open about this. So my point is that Black Lives Matter is a political organization and is thus open to criticism, scrutiny, and protest. If you put a political sign out there, I mean, people should, again, you should not go out and destroy people's signs, their property, go on their property and do that. But this is commonplace on the left. Now the media is going to claim this is a hate crime. This is dangerous. Our rights are in danger if the media and the Democrats and all these institutions of power can get together and say, oh, well, we're going to enforce hate crime laws against you because we put that on our sign that we're the good guys. And so if you're attacking it, that must mean that you are the bad guys. This is, you should be able to see through this pretty plainly and easily, but disturbingly so, people are falling for it. Black Lives Matter has a body count. The organization has a body count. Their members have committed acts of terror. There were 5 cops in Dallas ambushed by a Black Lives Matter member at a Black Lives Matter rally. So just wanted to put that out there, folks. It just is a sign that they are really coming after us. I mean, and I say us because as somebody who will stand up for the principles of freedom of speech, I will be labeled a racist. And that's the point of this. To stand up against Black Lives Matter means you're a racist. All of us agree that Black Lives Matter. Nobody disagrees with that. It's just a completely harmless statement to make. Everybody's lives matter, and yes, Black Lives Matter as well. But there is a political movement and organization behind that. That's the problem. And to say that to burn a political political symbol, a political sign, is a hate crime, that's extremely dangerous. That's it for this one. Just wanted to go on a little rant. Make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, you can find all those links in the description or pinned comment. Thanks for watching. Keep coming back.